Yeah, I f***ed up during the time me and my wife were off. We weren't f***ing with each other for like a year. Which I gotta tell y'all my business because you motherfuckers is cheater. Y'all just a cheater. Cheating where? Where are they?
Be aware that this is not your average reality TV battle. Rather, it is a long-brewing court battle, and Jasmine Washington is shocked by the crushing blow Kirk Frost just delivered to her. Stay tuned for further details. As you have been aware, Kirk's recent courtroom altercation with Jasmine has fundamentally changed the course of events. In 2016, Jasmine upset the delicate equilibrium and led to Kirk's marriage to Rashida disintegrating by revealing facts about their affair and asserting that Kirk was the father of her son Kanan. Everything wasn't just murmurs either. She broadcast everything on the radio, turning it into a nightmare and reality show. Kirk's ability to shake Jasmine appeared unlikely. Cleaning. Her relentless fight for legal recognition and child support caused this catastrophe to be dragged through the courts and media for years. Kirk has now successfully navigated the legal system, despite accusations of abandoning his duties, tug-of-war paternity issues, and constant upheaval on and off television. The judge sided with him, and Jasmine's case was shut down entirely. Kirk provided adequate evidence during the trial to refute each of her claims individually. What is the hidden weapon Kirk released to significantly alter the course, and where does this leave us? Since Jasmine's strength has been her story, let's take a look back at the incredible journey that led us to this moment of wonder.
Whatever.
So what's the deal?
Honestly, let me say this. Me and you haven't really had any type of communication like this ever before. So like maybe me and you need to open up a communication line instead of him, me and him. Maybe it will be better that way.
You just told me my husband trying to and then you telling me you want to open up a communication line with me?
I mean,
Are you kidding me?
Take a look at this. Jasmine arrives at Kirk Frost's house in the middle of the night, ready to stir things up. Her neighbors claim that she was not just dropping by, but was beating on doors and shouting loudly enough to rouse the entire neighborhood, turning a peaceful evening into something out of a Hollywood movie. In an angry outburst, Jasmine accused Kirk of abandoning her and their son Kanan, not returning her calls, and not paying child support. The locals peered out their windows in horror. While others believed it was a display for the cameras, total mayhem was more than a tantrum or a cry for money. In swift retaliation, Jasmine referred to Kirk as a fool who had disappeared from both her life and Kanan's since their affair was made public. The story had been simmering for years, but if you go back in time, this night was the first moment it started to fall apart. Jasmine's attack on Kirk on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta exposed his secrets. However, she wasn't merely agitating things, she was. Kirk removed the bandage from past wounds because he wouldn't allow her to take control of anything. He was accustomed to her wild card energy, but this time it got out of control, so he called the police, sealed off the evidence, and unleashed his legal team. When the police came, an enraged Jasmine in Kanan was accusing Kirk of abandoning her. Kirk remained composed and let the badges do the talking. Their report, which Kirk later found to be very helpful, did not paint Jasmine in a positive light. Instead, it used words like violent and out of control. However, this was not just a late-night intrusion. It was the culmination of years of intricate drama that caused paternity disputes, allegations of neglect, and a romance to turn Kirk and Rashida's marriage into a battleground. This case, which starts a story that has been tormenting them all, was impossible for Kirk to ignore, even after he confessed to the infidelity and Kanan's DNA. Jasmine seemed to be a ghost and kept asking for additional assistance.
And Kirk is so dumb. And he's just a cheater. Where the f are the bitches that I'm cheating with? Help me out.
Instead of playing around, Kirk threw himself into the battle, accusing Jasmine of causing emotional anguish, trespassing, harassment, and property damage. He brought multiple lawsuits against her. He ordered a restraining order as well. Unmistakable security footage, his secret weapon, sealed the deal. His legal team felt they had a winner when they painted Jasmine as a persistent intruder who had gone too far. However, rather than the movie from that crazy night just laying there, she was beating on his door, asking for clarification, threatening to tarnish his reputation, and turning the incident into a local event for Kirk's camp. It was a straightforward case. She made sure that everyone could hear her and didn't just trespass into this personal space. The restraining order changed the course of events by permanently separating Kirk's and Jasmine's lives, and it was, at least on paper, Kirk's line in the sand. The overwhelming evidence against Jasmine made her chances of escaping even slimmer. But Kirk's team went further, crafting a story that portrayed her as a star obsessed with maintaining her fame. Rashida is the next subject. She has suffered a great deal as a result of Kirk's past transgressions, but this time she is completely committed to her husband. He has been told by the inner circle that she is on his side and has given him the order to remove Jasmine from their lives forever. She is eager for Kirk and Rashida's chapter to be closed now that the drama is finished. They claim she was utilizing their previous connection to maintain her reputation and was more focused on her TV influence than Cannon's well-being. It's more than just a victory. It's a new beginning from a history that has troubled them for too long.
Okay.
At the end of the day, y'all, on some real, it's like when you in a marriage and a commitment, and I grew up with this man, and he's hurt me, and it's crazy because he's also helped me grow to become the woman I am today. But when you hurt somebody and you dismantle a bond, that's the hardest thing to get over. Heartbreak is like...
Throughout the years, Rashida has experienced betrayal, dishonesty, and more attention than she ever deserved. But this time, she is defending her family, refusing to back down, and permanently removing Jasmine from the picture. It has been alleged that she has been secretly running the ship and pressuring Kirk to make sure that Jasmine's disruptions never disturb their world again. This is not merely a support move, it's a power move. She is committed to establishing a solid foundation for their life and is steadfast in her devotion to Kirk at the moment. Is the idea that Jasmine is preparing for a comeback true? She won't be going down easily. Is it danger or just smoke and mirrors? She has been vocal about Kirk's failure to fulfill his responsibilities and has hinted that she has material hidden away to support her claims. Rumor has it that she is preparing to take Kirk's place and make herself the real victim of this situation. Kirk is facing a formidable obstacle because of the tremendous weight of her case, which consists of police papers, CCTV evidence, and neighbors who witnessed her unravel. She might try to portray herself as a mother protecting her child, but Kirk's legal team sees her as unpredictable. Jasmine, who never backs down, responds that Kirk's actions are more about suppressing her voice than they are about protecting his family. She has been hounded by a real aggressor for years in an effort to hide their affair and its consequences, and now she is accusing Kirk of masterminding a smear campaign to paint her as the unstable ex while he pretends to be the victim. Jasmine claims that Kirk tends to distort the facts and portray any woman who disagrees with him as unpredictable. She has gone so far as to claim that Kirk is more of a puppet master than people realize and that he intimidated her to keep quiet when their affair first became public. People aren't aware of their past, some heavy issues, because she is just talking and hasn't provided anything yet. Squinting at her story, doubting herself. The reason for the years-long public interest in Kirk and Rashida's marriage has been Jasmine, despite her spotty past. While some consider her to be a grieving mother, others view her as someone who used her relationship with Kirk to gain attention from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta to gain prominence. Her attempts to make an appearance as the wronged party have not gone as planned. Rashida confronts a difficult hill to climb against Kirk's mound of evidence and her unyielding stance. Her description of the events was interpreted as suffering by half of the audience and as a desire for celebrity by the other half.
With Kirk and Rashida. Boy, okay.
She brought up, the defects case with Cannon because he's been party a lot. And I'm just like, you haven't been concerned about anything in years. This is my first time hearing from you.
So she wants to bring up all the negativity as opposed to taking control. And
Many people saw Jasmine's arrival at Kirk's house that night as an effort to stay up to date. But what if she isn't bluffing? Sometimes the bluffer is truly warning, despite Jasmine's inconsistent record. If Jasmine has hard evidence to support her claims, Kirk could be in trouble again. Despite emails and tapes portraying Kirk as the aggressor, the judge rejected Jasmine's narrative. The court maintained the harassing and trespassing accusations, ruled in Kirk's favor on all counts, granted a restraining order that barred Jasmine from accessing Kirk's life or his house, and clarified that her actions were both dangerous and careless. It was a win for Kirk. If all goes according to plan, Jasmine might face harsh punishments or even jail time. Due to the court's ruling, she might now be charged with a crime if she attempts to pull another stunt or violates the restraining order. Kirk's staff ensures she was legally contained because a misstep could land her back in court. But Kirk isn't stopping there. Given everything that has transpired, he is pursuing full custody of Cannon, and the odds are in his favor. Jasmine doesn't exactly appear to be a suitable parent, especially in light of the restraining order, the harassment charges, and the video of her outburst that evening. His lawyers are already arguing that Cannon would thrive in a stable, drama-free environment after his outburst at Kirk's residence. Let's be honest, Kirk has the connections and money to make it happen. Jasmine is not giving up lightly, accusing Kirk of neglecting his parental duties and being an absentee father. She is even considering requesting additional child support due to the increasing legal challenges. Despite the fact that neither the court nor the public backs up Jasmine's assertions, and she comes across as more desperate than dangerous, her court battle could not be the end. Jasmine keeps saying she has evidence of Kirk's questionable behavior and that the truth hasn't been revealed yet. But is she just warning? Jasmine is frequently perceived as merely attempting to maintain her prominence and preserve her reputation. Furthermore, Rashida appears unconcerned as she stands firmly by Kirk. And what do you think? Following all the drama, Kirk and Rashida appear to be back on track and prepared to close this chapter once and for all. Did Jasmine bring this upon herself, or is Kirk exaggerating? Is this just a group of rejected women taking offense, or does Jasmine actually have some knowledge that may shock Kirk and Rashida's world? Kindly share your thoughts in the comments section below.